Firstly, so hello guys, welcome back to. If this is your first time of coming across my life, you're very welcome. My name is Jeremiah, and I talk about things that actually affect us as in Nigerians, as Africans. And today we are going to be talking about high hope. Okay. I hope please just drop the link on the comment section so that anybody can. The link, yes, drop it on the comment section. So, like I said, guys, today we are talking about why injustice keeps happening in Nigeria. When you talk about injustice, we talk about all form of wrongful arrests, court delays, as in police brutality, all forms of injustice. Now, when we are saying okay, when we are saying it keeps happening in Nigeria, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in any part of any other part of the world. It happens. This is like a normal thing that happens all over the world. But we are using Nigeria as a case study because number one, we are Nigerians. And number two, what is obtainable in Nigeria? What people do and get away with in Nigeria, sometimes you don't see it any part of the world. Welcome to my life. Please, I would want you to come if you're in the come if you're watching us. Please, I would love to see your comments. Please comment and tell us your opinion about what we are discussing. And you're just joining us and you're kind of early now. So you'll be able to get everything that we are going to be talking about. So like I saying, why we are using Nigeria as a case study, it doesn't mean that these things does not happen in every other part of the world. It happens in every other part of the world where you see injustice, where you see people getting away with crimes, and you know that the evidence is so empirical. People, the evidence are just there, but you see this suspect always getting away with crimes that they are not supposed to get away with. You see, truth has been suppressed in so many ways. So that is what basically what we are going to be talking about, and we are going to talk about why these things strive more in Nigeria and why it looks as if why this is a problem. People do not really talk about it. So first of all, I'm going to use a case study. If you've not been following my YouTube channel, there's a case I posted. The case was about a lady called Tesla. That Tesla girl was on her life in her own house. She was on her life in her own house by someone that the brother brought in, like a sort of a help. Like, okay, you don't have somewhere to stay, you don't have something to do. Okay, come and stay in my family's house. So when Tesla's brother brought his friend, which is Ediri, I guess, Ediri unalived Tesla in cold blood. In cold blood, dismembered her, and as in the truth is that why Ediri confessed to doing that thing, justice has really not been served. Why? Because first of all, you see a situation where even when the truth is kind of glaring, you're seeing that the truth is kind of glaring, you still see police telling you that they need money for DNA, just like the case of Tesla now. Police say they needed. Hi, Bonagiri. Welcome to my life. So now you still see police saying that they need money for DNA. Like the test of Tesla now, she could not afford the DNA. The family could not afford DNA. Even when they were seeing that the body that was dismembered was Tesla, the guy that did the thing confessed to doing it. Police still claimed that they needed. We're watching from India. You're welcome. You're welcome. Police still complained that they needed money for DNA. Do you understand? Cases like this happen. Now, these are things that you say that the truth is glaring, like everybody is seeing that the truth is glaring, but somehow the truth is being suppressed. Another scenario happened. there's a doctor, Dr. Femi, that one just recently came out. Dr. Femi Olaleye, I guess I'm pronouncing it well. That guy allegedly molested his wife's niece. He allegedly molested his wife's niece. When that case got to the courts, the case was dismissed because of lack of evidence. The case was dismissed. But something happened. When that guy traveled back to UK, he went there again and repeated, like recently I'm talking now, he traveled to UK, he went there now and repeated exactly what he did to the niece. And now this time he's not getting away with it because he's in a country that is somewhat working. Do you understand that? So cases like this keep repeating itself. You see crimes every day. People do not, people, even when people see that the evidence is very clear, somehow, you just notice that these people keep getting away with it. And you, it makes you wonder, like, is it like the country is intentionally populating people, that wicked people, I will use the word wicked people, because of, I don't know, it seems like the country is intentionally letting these people go scot-free. Things that is, you will see something that is so obviously clear. Somehow these people will go scot-free. Now, Hope, I don't know, are you there? Hello? Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here. I'm here.
now I don't know. Why do you think Nigeria as a country, why do you think Nigeria as a country kind of, and what's the word to use, kind of make these things easy? Because it kind of make this, like, these people in injustice all the time. It always looks as if people are always getting away with something that they're not supposed to get away with. Why do you think our country breeds such things?
Okay. Good day, everybody. Good day, everyone. Um, Thank you for giving me this. For making me your co-host.
Please, guys,
Okay.
comment on
Uh,
the comment section. If you're watching us, please comment. We would love to hear your opinion. We want to see your thoughts. If you have had any experience too, we would want to hear it in the comment section. And there is a link here. If you want to come up as a speaker, we are going to. Uzochukwu Chima, thanks for joining our live. There's a link here. If you want to come up the speaker, we, we are going to drop a link so that you can just click there, and I will accept you. Okay, Hope, we are hearing you.
okay. Yeah. So the topic we're talking about is why does crimes keep getting away in
Mm,
Nigeria? There's no law and order.
mm.
Um, the problem within Nigeria is very hard to deal with because Um, the problem lies in poverty. So the country people living there is poor. So corruption is very high in the country.
But there's corruption
The
in the
rich
rest of the world too. Nigeria
no
is not the only corrupt country.
check the rating. Nigeria is one of the most corrupted country. And why is it like that? Yes, by human nature, by default, we are corrupt. But
Yes.
but it keeps happening in Nigeria more. Why? Because of there is no law and order.
Okay.
There is no enforcers of laws.
Yes.
Things things being is being swept under the feet just because of people that has money. If you
Yes.
check all of this, if you take your time to like go through these different cases, you find out that those victims are the rich ones. Those are the ones that have money to pay their way out.
Those the yes.
So when you see when a victim on the other side has money in Nigeria, everything tends to be
The suspect.
swept under.
Suspect, not the victim.
Yeah.
The suspect.
Okay. Sorry. The suspect. My bad.
Mm. Mm.
Those things tend to be swept under the feet because of money.
Okay.
The case will not even reach the right authority that it's supposed to reach because of people are being bribed. People are being paid on the way. So That what happens in Nigeria most of the
Now,
time.
okay, now the point is that why we would want to blame the justice system, the police, and every other person. I think I don't want to say it's on this slide, but somehow I think we too we have a problem because most times we do we are nonchalant with what is not what we are supposed to look out for. You might be going on the way and you're seeing something that is obviously happening and you look away from it. But then the ones that is not your business, you see them, they want to talk about that. But see that one that needs people to come out and talk. Nigerians are kind of it's not my business. So most times I feel that the thing is those people are reflection of us, if I'm to use that word. Those this the judiciary, the police, and every other people that are supposed to give this justice, that kind of a reflection of us in the sense like we too we okay, for instance, now why I'm saying this now, where I was staying before, something happened. Someone a lady kidnapped her, does this whole kidnapping stuff. She kidnaps children. The neighbors there knew that she was doing it. Are you hearing me? Now the neighbors there knew that she was doing these things, and somehow people did not talk about it. It was late, see, when she started having issues with some of the neighbors. That was when, okay, they say, okay, when you now start having issues with someone and then you're doing a particular thing that is obviously bad, that is when the person now said, okay, let's report her. But for a very long time people knew that this is what she was doing, and people just gave as people just did as if they did not know. So do you think now that apart from the whole judiciary, the whole police, the whole justice system, do you think that we are playing our parts as Nigerians that we are?
I said something earlier that the majority of the problem we are having in Nigeria is a result of the poverty currently happening in the country. The country, they are poor. Starting from the police, the security, the lawyer, everybody is trying to make ends meet.
Yes.
So because of that, that is why the level of corruption is very, very high in Nigeria. If we are going to be truthful to ourselves, because because when you have not seen food to eat, and someone that is influential
Yes.
come and give you
Mm.
2 million to to
To
say
suppress.
something that, yeah,
Yes.
to suppress, yeah. So if someone that gives someone, this is money that you've not seen in your life, like this is a very big money to you because you've not seen it in your life, and
Mhm.
someone now come and squeeze in a money like that and give it to your pocket.
Yeah.
If you're someone that don't have what will I say?
Self
If you're someone
control.
that, yes, prestige, you don't have to control
Yes.
yourself. You take that money. Let's be realistic. You will take it. In fact, if you keep 10 people there and tempt them with this same thing, they will
Yes.
fall. Because one, you literally have not seen food. Like your children might be probably at home crying for hunger. And someone, you are in the position to just probably change a name from year to year.
Yes.
Majority of people will do it. If you don't have prestige, if you don't know how to stand on your feet. So that is one reason why the corruption rate in Nigeria is very hard because of the level of poverty. The level
Yeah.
of poverty. People it's
Yeah.
so hard that people could barely see food to eat. And they
Yes.
reach out those people that they have a lot, enough. So that's just generally what it is.
So I don't
That's
know.
it.
Now, as a media person we are, we should. I think there's a whole lot that we can do to help. If I'm to use that word, help. First of all, personally, I think now social media is actually really helping. In as much as most of the cases that happen do not get to the social media, like recently I just heard one of the case. The guy, the girl, girl brought this woman brought was staying with her brother, and her brother's girlfriend came to visit. So the brother's girlfriend was now like frequenting their house. The family knew her. Unknown to this family, this girl had an ulterior motive. So one of the days, normally the boy goes to pick his niece from school. So one of the days, the girl went. This one I'm telling you, this one just recently happened. The girl went without this boy's no this boy knowing. The girl went to the girl's school, picked the girl, took took that girl back to the house and murdered that girl in cold blood. Murdered her by stabbing her. Now cases like this happen, but some do not get to social media. Now when this thing happened, of course, people caught her. Somehow she ran away to her own house. You know what the girl's father did? When this girl ran away to her own house, the girl father collected the girl, sent the girl to where people don't know, called police people and bribed them. After a while, the man started putting a narrative that the girl was dead, that the girl was mentally insane, and the girl was dead. So, in other words, this little girl that she murdered did not get justice because now this man is obviously richer than the girl that they murdered, the girl's family that their child was murdered. So, with that narrative now, this child didn't get justice. So now somehow this didn't get to the social media. So people is not even really talking about it. So now I want to ask, can an ordinary Nigerian, what can an ordinary Nigerian do to make sure that things like this, because the point is that it is not affecting you today does not mean it will not affect you tomorrow. When a society is breed like this, where people can just do anything they want to do and get away with it, somehow it will get to you one way or the other. So now I want to ask Hope, do you think there's anything as Nigerians that we should do? It's okay, let's do this one. Oh, I think this one will help us more. Do you understand? Do you think there's anything that we should do? Maybe awareness or I don't even know if awareness is enough, Seth. Do you think there's anything we can do to help this case, these things that are happening?
Okay. I think there's a lot we can do as a person because when I'm talking about we now, we is not just me and you. We is everybody collectively.
Yeah,
I think the number one thing we can do is to be our brother's keeper.
yeah,
In Nigeria, we tend to have this I don't care mentality. If it's not me, then it's not my business.
yeah,
What the truth is that it might not be you today, but what about tomorrow? What
yes.
about tomorrow? Tomorrow it might actually be you. And when you are there, what will people say? Nobody will come to your aid.
Who's Otukuchima? You're enjoying the life. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm hearing you.
So everyone is supposed to be your brother's keeper.
Yes.
Everyone's supposed to be your brother's keeper. Everyone is supposed to be your. So if you see something, say suspicious stuff, you report it to the right authorities. If you see something that is looking decent, you report it to the right authorities.
What about when you report it to the right authorities and somehow when it gets to this, it's still swept, like somehow justice is still not served.
That's where social media comes into
Yeah.
play. That's where social media comes into because they could silence the yes because it, it's Nigeria we are according to because in Nigeria corruption is not a normal thing. Like when people say it's not corruption is not a normal thing over here in Nigeria. So if you see something happening and you report it to the right authorities, and probably the authority goes there and probably collect bribes, and the stuff still persists. That's where you can go to social media.
Okay.
Unlike what people, I see people, a lot of people doing now. A lot of people come to social media first before
Okay.
actually going to the police, which is not supposed to be.
Okay.
It's supposed to be reporting to the right authorities, then going to social media, use social media platform. If you are serious about a case, if you are serious about a case, the the authorities will carry it up, or social media will pick it eventually, because social media, we are not selective. Pardon. Social media, they are not selective. So
Okay.
if your case is something that is worth this, you just post it on social media. One person will carry it, and then it will go viral. If you feel like the government or they're not doing the right thing, take it to social media. There's some people online that are sent to those are what they do. Like, for example, now we all know Very Dark Man, yeah. We all know Very Dark Man.
Yeah, we
It
do.
takes case like it takes case like this. And there are other people out there that are actually moving out for this too. So if you report it to the right authorities and nothing is being done, that is where you bring to social media. So I think that is what we can do as a community, or as a person, or as an individual.
But what happens? What happens when the people are too scared? Because in some cases, the victims are even too scared, especially when it involves children. When it involves children, like sometimes children. Okay, like a particular case. The girl, she was 5. She was being molested by her own teacher. Her own teacher. Oh, she could not tell her parents. She could not tell anybody. In such cases, what a country as a people now, how do you think we can make these people like speak up?
Yeah. Okay, that's one difficult thing to do, because getting someone to talk about something is not comfortable. It's not something that there's no like way around it. There's no two ways around it. That's where I don't know. Really, I cannot really, no, I cannot really see, because okay, for example, now having a case like that, where in the case of probably um when a kid is being molested, coming out to say something like it's not a fun experience.
Yes. Yes.
It's
The truth is that the person
it's
might not. The truth is that most times, this and I think this one is a topic for even another day. Most times, these people are they're so used to being that way that is that looking like a normal thing. Do you understand? They're so used to being kind of intimidated, being abused that it now looks as if it's a normal thing for them. So to even come out and talk and complain, as in they're like, why when I complain? And most times when they even people that comes out and complain that they don't get justice, most times this person will come and talk, wetin happen to am? This person will come out talk. So I don't know. Is there anything more that we are supposed to do as a people to make it easier? Of course, you will not get anybody. You will not make people. You will not get people coming out like the way, but at least to make it easier for people to come out and talk and say, okay, see, oh, I'm being molested and all of that.
um I think the only way they can do it is probably um because there are NGOs that actually takes stuff like this personal.
Yes,
There are NGOs there are different NGOs. I know
yes,
one or two NGOs that, in the case of, let's say, child molestation, there are different NGOs. So I think what we can do is maybe create awareness for all of those NGOs. Those NGOs should try, as well as reach out to people in different location and try to cover as much, because I could tell you that out of 10 girls I know, good 7%, good six have encountered.
Oh,
If-
what MG John Mada. Am I pronouncing it well? You're welcome to our life.
Okay, good 70% of girls have experienced it, but they keep it to
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
So that's the work of those NGOs to come
Yes.
make them feel at home. And that is why they also need guidance and counselors in schools.
Yeah. No.
Guidance and counselors in school because we have a long way. The truth is that Nigeria as a country have a long way to go when it comes to all of this. Because they have a very long way to go. The mental health of kids are not really taken too serious.
Exactly. To Nigeria, I don't
Children,
think it's a priority. Nobody even has it as
Yet
an
children grow
yes.
up with a lot of trauma and it is normalized.
Yes.
Children grows up with the know why you see they be like African man we don't need therapy, but actually we do.
Does
We
therapy
do.
in Nigeria? Therapy is
Eh,
not where people are hustling, trying to make money. You're telling them to go for therapy.
no, no, not that. Like I'm talking about okay, in school. Like for example, now my sister was actually posted to a school. She studied guidance and counseling.
Mm.
So she was posted to a school. There were kids that had this particular teacher hitting on them. She
Mm.
has been doing it for quite a while.
Particular what?
Teacher hitting on them, like trying to make advances on them.
Okay.
The teacher has been so persistence. So it has been going on for a while. So as they brought in the guidance and counseling, so they were able to like come out to explain because I was very friendly to those students. They came out and explained themselves. That is when they did, as they did, my sister then now took it to the right authorities. I think that they probably got that man sacked or something, something, something. So if and that is clear
Was the man
normally they don't have guidance and
you
counseling.
said was the case? Did the girls go further apart from the school authorities? Did they
Eh?
pers- was
No,
the
the man had just been trying to try hitting on them, asking them out and all of it. Not like any of them had actually done anything with him
okay?
or anything.
Okay,
It
you are
was
just
just
making advances,
advances on them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
children.
That's what, that's what I'm saying. So those were at first at that underage. So she shouldn't be doing that. A teacher is someone that's supposed to look up to, not on the other way around. So he was reported. My son, they took up the case. I think they followed up the case to an extent before they finally left that school. I don't know how it ended, sha, but they took up the case until they finally left that school. So there should be all those people positioned in
People are
different both in
aware,
our churches.
aware of these things. People are not
You
aware
see,
that people are like young people. They are not even aware that these things are already put in place. That okay, see you can go through this route. People are not aware.
they are just that. I don't know. I don't know how to say, but they are actually. They are just that they are scared to most and in most schools. Let's be realistic. They don't have guidance and counselors. They don't have those people. Even if they do, they are not really active. They're not really active.
Yes.
And I think that's not the major issue that Nigeria, the problem with Nigeria is not just something you can just turn on, like share it all over. See,
Okay.
it's a mental thing. And it's
Yes.
something that has been playing for years and years and years and years and years. Creating awareness. I don't know if maybe it's the awareness that is not being this.
It's not enough. The awareness is not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough.
That's just that.
I think that just because I feel like there should be no matter how no matter how the people are absolute about this whole information, if the information is on their face, they will not be able to run from it. I don't think so. So I feel like there's no more as much awareness when it comes to all of this. There's no much awareness. So every you asked me a question. Let's go back to that. So I
Yeah,
think that's one way. That's one way we can create
yeah.
awareness for all of this thing. Create awareness. Let people know that okay, this is what can be done. No, it's not something that when you do this, you close your mouth and let it just carry it. So awareness should be created. Those students be able to speak up in a way that the society
Yes.
will not make them feel some kind of way, and they could be anonymous as well. So all of this, I think that
Now,
is an
now
issue.
going back to our justice system now, our judiciary and all that. And I think me, I'm the point at this point now. I'm even tired because if you start putting your eyes in things that are happening, you'll be so silly how people do things and get away with it. Now, most times now, you see some cases where people are sentenced to death. Like for instance, now there's a case that happened. I think that case happened 2022, if I'm not mistaken. The guy was just recently sentenced to death. He murdered his girlfriend. That one happened in Port Harcourt. That guy was just recently sentenced to death by hanging. People were happy. Oh, finally he has been sentenced to death by hanging. Now, going back to death sentence in Nigeria, now, most times when people are sentenced, me personally, I was not even aware. When people are sentenced, they don't. When the people are sentenced to death, they don't really kind of hang them. Like if I'm to use the word, they don't carry out the execution like instantly. They leave these people till the governor of that state signs and when the governor of that state signs before they can actually and that is where the problem is. Most times the governor of that state end up not signing out. So these people end up staying in staying like in life in prison, like almost all their life. And somehow one president might come and somehow they'll just release any of them. So personally, do you think the death sentence because we cannot do without this death sentence. If the death sentence is not serving do you think death this death sentence is just for people that has been convicted of actually doing committing a crime?
Okay, the actually personally, I'm not really a believer of death sentence.
Hmm. Are you
I don't, I don't, I don't, I feel like life imprisonment is an okay thing for despite your crime.
so
But
what
the
about
issue is,
get clemency
listen,
somehow and get out and do those things that they do be? What about if those
you
are being
come
able to
again, Rick,
do something?
calm down. Like, if someone is being sentenced to death and clemency comes, there are so many people in the prison. Why are they bringing someone that was actually sentenced to death clemency?
What about if the
Those
person
people don't
what about if the person was actually influential? What about if the person was actually influential?
being the only issue is as a result of corruption. Same thing we're talking about. But personally, if someone has a problem, if someone has been sentenced to death, he should not be having clemency again. For him.
We can't hear you. Are you there?
Okay, I think. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I think whatever he did for them to sentence him to death should make no way clemency should not get to him because there are other people there serving 10 years, so other people serving 15 years that should actually get those clemency, not that person that was supposed to be sentenced to death.
So in your own word, let them give the person life in prison, but not sentence.
Okay, we from what we've been seeing, Nigeria is actually a very corrupt country.
Ah,
A very corrupt country. So say knowing that a country is corrupt, people could easily get a death penalty and easily in time to come. But the question, I think we should try to ask ourselves, why will the acting president or why will the governor release someone that was sentenced to death?
it
I
happened.
don't you think
Happened.
you
No, it
don't
happened.
think that should be
Okay,
it
for instance,
happens, but
sorry,
you don't think
sorry to cut you. Let me give you an instance of this guy, this Sunday Jackson. Now, everybody has been pleading for clemency. Actually, his only case, he has done the appeal and everything. He was sentenced to death. Everybody has been pleading for clemency because they all think that the death sentence he had was not deserved. So it happens. People that are sent to life can still get pardoned, or that was sent back. It happens. I don't think that one. It happens everywhere in the world. It happens.
so. If it happens, then it happens. Then I don't see anything wrong with that. If if the government or they feel like they should release someone that was sentenced to death, yeah, I'm fine. Because
My
the
point is not
whole
saying that you do
do
not.
you know
No, my point now is that
the
you do not support sent being sentenced to death. That is where I don't.
no
These are some
I
a
don't
lot of things are
death
happening.
sentence.
There are some
See, why I don't know. We are Christians. Why are we going? No, no. Let's be realistic. There are sometimes that we want to shift away this thing. Why would you want someone? Okay, the person is a
okay.
killer.
Let me do something now. Hope, sorry to cut. Let me do something. For instance, now, eh, you help someone. I'm using the case of Tesla now. You help someone. You maybe you saw a friend of yours, saw that friend is not doing well. You bring that your friend to your house. Tell her, okay, go and stay in my family house. My sister is going to you provide a job for that person. You feed that person. You shelter that person. Somehow that person that you did all of these things for now somehow
Huge. Uh,
murdered your family member in that process of why you were still providing that help to that person. At that point now, okay, and maybe it's even more findings is showing that this person has tendency of even doing this thing again because his orientation is looking like someone that can do this thing again. At that case now, do you think life in prison is enough for that person?
Life in prison is enough.
Is enough.
Yes, it's enough.
Not death sentence.
Life in prison is enough for such a person. Do you
Is
know? Okay, wait. Do you know that there are other countries that they don't practice life sentence?
yes.
Are you
Europe,
are you saying that
the
are
European.
you are you wait? Are you saying that there is nobody in that country that is worth dying, according to you?
Hmm?
Are you saying that there's nobody in that country that is worth dying?
Omo, I'm not saying there's nobody,
But
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 see,
there are other listen, there are literally other countries that people it's not one, it's not two, but there are a lot.
you know why me I'm saying I do not mind this thing. It's because of the peculiarity of our country. Okay, now in Nigeria now, an offender, you can commit a crime today like this now. Somehow, you go to another state and commit that crime. There is nowhere, no documentation that shows that okay, this person has history of committing crime. But in this Europeans, they have such you once you do that thing, that thing will be tagged to you. But in Nigeria, you can do something, maybe something you did now that you're supposed to they're supposed to have by you. and let you go and take one person out of the world that does that thing, they'll somehow give death sentence. Somehow they kind of give you life in prison. Sorry. Somehow you're released. Do you know you can go to somewhere else and do that thing again? And there's no documentation to show that okay, this person even had the tendency of doing this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Our I don't think our country is what's the word? Is arranged in a way where you can afford not to give a death sentence. That is the way me I'm saying. At the stage where our country is now. I don't think it's okay from there's of course there's how we are going to evolve and grow and with some things those things will not be a problem. But for now, that's my own opinion. Oh. That's my own opinion. I don't know. If you're still believe that I don't know, you have your own personal belief that you don't want and all that. It's okay, it's good. It's noble of you if I want to use that word. But me, I believe that if someone has done something that deserves for the person to buy, let the person buy. Do you understand? Like,
But but now that depend the if something I'm trying I don't want to use a particular word.
mm,
The
Aru word or the D word.
D word.
Okay.
The D word. If
The
what will
A
be your benefit if that person what like what do you stand to gain? Do you think okay, let's say something like that was to happen to you. Do you think the other person kicking a bucket would bring your lost
will
loved
not
ones?
at least it will reduce one person that has a tendency of doing that thing. It will reduce one person that has the
If the
tendency.
person is
We are,
serving,
no, we are trying to
if
make
this the problem is the problem lies in having a corrupt country, having a corrupt judiciary system. If someone is serving life, it's just like the same thing with the person. It's the same thing like that person doing this thing. Um, dead.
not the same thing. No,
It's the same thing.
you
What
know
are
why
the
same thing.
you say clemency, clemency? How often do the governor give clemency? Do they
Okay,
give
for
it every two?
clemency, do you know that people are sneaked out of the prison in Nigeria? Do you know that
So
someone?
are you saying that? Are you questioning the prison? Is that what, are you saying that you feel it's not secure enough? It's not secure. Is that what
We
you're trying to say?
I'm not the one saying it. We've had so many situations where we thought
People have
someone was.
left. People have left several. It's not just Nigeria. It's not just Nigerian prison have left. There are other countries that people have run out of. It's not. This is not the
It's
first
not
time.
running. It's not this one. I'm not about running off. I'm talking about being the enforcers will kind of sneak the person, take the person to a different country and all of that. It's not just like um prison break, that kind of thing. That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about someone being in prison after some years, maybe they gave the person life according to you. After some years, you find out that this person that they gave life in prison, you're seeing the
Do
person.
you think? Listen. Do you think if they could actually do that, don't you think that this so-called life imprisonment, this so-called this what's it called, the D word, you don't you think that can be faked too? If we are questioning just this, don't you think that the D word can also it can be fixed too? You don't think that if you are questioning everything, they question everything. You don't just question just one thing. Everything could be faked. If the person is that influencer or that this thing, they could they could do something to somebody, put a different face there, and the actual person will go out and go stay in a different country. Don't you think that that's possible too? Eh? Are you hearing me? It seems like I'm talking about to myself. Are you hearing me? Why your phone is hot? Uh, um, it seems like we are going to be calling it a day here since the actual host, I don't know, it seems like she just called me that her phone is kind of down. So I'm guessing we'll continue this conversation next time when we pick it up. For now, goodbye everyone. Have a lovely day.